welcome back to my channel. For those that don't know me, my name is Alexis and I recently moved to New York City. This vlog is going to document our apartment hunting journey. If you watched my first video, and if you haven't, you should go watch it now, you know that my roommate and I actually are living in temporary housing right now, kind of like an extended stay, because we both moved from states that were on the quarantine list, and they're also states that are kind of far away from New York, and we really wanted to be able to see our apartment in person before we moved in. So because of that, we've just kind of been in limbo in this temporary housing for the past maybe month and a half, 2 months. And honestly, it's been great. It has really been a blessing in terms of being able to adjust to moving to a new city, because we haven't had to like furnish this apartment. We haven't had to buy a bunch of things. When we moved in, we literally brought our suitcases, set that up, and we're able to just live completely normally. But it is not something that's permanent. We do need to move out and we do need to find a new apartment. And so because of that, we've been on an apartment hunting journey the last couple of weeks. And I kind of wanted to document that in this vlog. So before I even moved to New York, I actually watched a lot of YouTubers and their moves to New York, which included just their process of moving, but also their apartment hunts. So I definitely watched like Brooke Michio's apartment hunting and apartment moving playlist, I guess, that she had. Super duper helpful. Unless you've actually moved to New York, it's really hard to understand what it's gonna be like. And it's definitely not like anything else I've experienced before. And so I definitely needed as much advice as I could have gotten. And so this is kind of what I wanted to do for you guys. I wanted this to be an insight into what you can expect if you're moving, and also just if you're curious. So when we started this apartment hunt, we actually broke it down first by what neighborhoods we wanted to live in. And the island of Manhattan is huge, and there's so much area that you wouldn't expect there to be. I mean, it is small relative to other cities, but just in terms of traveling and commuting back and forth between the very top of Manhattan and the very bottom of Manhattan, it's kind of a long journey. And so when we were first thinking, we definitely thought of commuting and how that would affect our search. So currently our office is in Lower Manhattan, and then once I guess this pandemic ends and things maybe go back to normal, I'll also be commuting to Jersey City. And so we have about, I want to say like 3 or 4 neighborhoods that we were very much looking into just because of commuting itself. And that would be the Financial District, West Village, Soho, and Tribeca. In addition, those areas are very fun from what I've seen. I mean, a lot of places in New York are fun, but those are definitely areas where you'll find a lot of outdoor dining, you'll find a lot of entertainment when it's available. And because we've never officially lived in New York before, we really felt that it was important that we were close to things that made us happy. I mean, this is the experience. We don't know how long we're gonna be in New York, whether it be a couple months or for the rest of our life. And so we really wanted to take that advantage, I guess, of what we have available. And so that's kind of where we started off our search, with all of the neighborhoods. So this apartment was actually one of my favorites. I thought it was so cute. The light fixtures, the updated appliances, I thought were gorgeous. And it was in a great area. It was in West Village. However, it did have a non-negotiable missing, which was Anna's washer dryer wasn't in the unit or in the building. And so we would have had to take our laundry to a laundromat anytime we needed to do it, which was an issue. In addition, the building was very old, and so that's something that we heavily considered when thinking about what problems could have arisen because of how old the building was. I mean, look how new those appliances are. The bathroom was pretty good sized. The fixtures weren't super updated, but they were still pretty clean. The fireplace was so cute. The bedroom sizes were great. Honestly, still thinking about this apartment a little bit in the back of my mind. So this was an example of a flex apartment. Again, there was one full room, huge, beautiful, but you would have to actually put up a wall and pay for a wall to be put up, $1,000 by the way, in the living room, and that would be someone else's room. So definitely something I didn't know was a thing before moving to New York. See that empty space? Someone would have had to put a wall there and made it a room. The kitchen was nice though. Again, another apartment in that same building. Beautiful kitchen, updated appliances, absolutely gorgeous living room, huge windows, high ceilings, but you would have had to put a wall where that AC unit is to cut the living room in half and to make it a bedroom so that the space would be able to fit 2 people. Gorgeous views, really nicely updated. The biggest downside is definitely the need to put in a temporary wall in order to fit Anna and I. The biggest downside of these units were the temporary walls, but this view, absolutely unbeatable. New York is probably the most gorgeous city in the world. Not that I'm biased or anything. Apartment tour. Oh yes.
Oh man.
So big. I like the chandelier, that's a nice touch. It's messy.
Why is it gross?
I don't know.
Are you gonna clean it before we move in?
I have no idea. Okay, so there's 2 closets. They're not huge. The bathroom is
Pretty
huge, but like, what the heck? Oh, I love New York apartments.
Aww.
The view is pretty except for the scaffolding.
And are we on the good side of the building or the bad side of the building?
I don't
Oh, I
know.
got really confused.
It's very high up, so I honestly couldn't tell you. So this is a flex, so as you can see, these are fake walls. Not fake, I guess actually they are fake. They're temporary. And I guess does it slide? Oh wow.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh god.
It's actually not that bad.
It's not that bad.
It could be doable.
It could be doable, but do we need to do it? Is this Nike? Just do it? Or like, no, let's not do it.
It's not a lot of things.
It's not like small. It's not as small as I expected it to be.
Right.
Thank goodness. It's just like, obviously not as nice as the place we have now. Huh. Interesting. So this is a prime example of where location and space are very much correlated. It was probably one of the apartments that was in our most favorite location. I think it was in the West Village, but it was incredibly small. Like, these pictures do not do it justice. It truly, truly was very tiny. In the kitchen, it didn't even have a microwave. It just had a typical stove, oven, refrigerator. And here, this room was beautiful. It was a good size, had a closet, had gorgeous windows and natural sunlight. But if you go back to that first room, it was so small. This apartment was actually in the same building as the one you just saw. It's just up a couple of more flights, which is a good and bad thing. Because it's up a couple of more flights, the views are better and the light is a lot better as well. But that also means you have to walk up another maybe 2 flights of stairs, 3 flights of stairs, I think. Added on to already the 3 flights of stairs that we saw from the apartment previously. So it's definitely a commitment. And as you can tell, one bedroom is way bigger than the other. Ah, look at this beautiful view. The trash, so cute. So this apartment was actually in Soho, another area that me and Anna love, but yet another example of location, meaning that the apartment is probably small. These rooms are more proportional, but the living room still isn't big enough for the entertaining that we typically would like to be doing. So while we were in the building, the leasing agent actually took us up to this apartment that was also available. I prefer this layout to the layout previously. The rooms are still very equally sized comparatively. They have good windows, good lighting. The building is a little bit older. It is in an area where buildings are notoriously on the older side, but it was very cute, yet it was still on the higher end of our price range. So that's something that we definitely considered. And here's a quick shot of the bathroom. So this unit was actually our top contender. Anna and I were prepared to sign that day almost. It was in the West Village and it was such a good location. We can't even explain. It was next to all of the restaurants, everything we would have wanted. But as you can tell, because it's in the West Village, it is in a very old building and the apartments are super tiny. But even so, we were willing to go with it because we thought it was so cute, had so much charm. You could tell that it had been recently updated, even though the building was old itself and had been taken care of. This was the smaller of the 2 bedrooms. Still had a closet, which was super cute. The other bedroom was a little bit bigger and had a little bit more light. But honestly, we were so close to getting this one. So, in a nutshell, looking for an apartment is exhausting, no matter what city you're in. But it is honestly super exciting, and personally, I think it's super fun. I mean, I am in real estate as my career, and so even though the type of real estate that I do is very different than residential real estate, I still find it super interesting, and I think it's so cool to see how different people utilize different spaces. But we will keep you updated on our apartment search, and like we said before, hopefully we'll be vlogging our apartment move-in instead of more apartment hunting next time that you see us. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment below if you would like. I'm super excited to see where these videos go. I'm excited to see what happens with the apartment search. So I will definitely see you YouTube next week or the next couple of weeks with any updates that I have. And hopefully they'll be good updates. So see you then.